So Manchester City have just lost 2-1 against Newcastle United in the Premier League. That's the fourth defeat of the season, and it's really worrying in the context of the Premier League title race. As 4 defeats, I mean, it's difficult to go and win a Premier League if we continue to take any more defeats than what we have already. Arsenal could potentially go 7 points clear of us on the weekend if they do win in the North London derby. So that was a really worrying result for Manchester City today, although you can understand it given the fact that it's St James's Park, a very difficult place to go. But ultimately, 4 losses in the Premier League is worrying in terms of the stage of the season we're at and the Premier League title race. But that was a really frustrating game of football today against Newcastle. The VAR decisions, the missed chances, and don't get me wrong, Newcastle United as well, they missed some big chances. They missed quite a few big chances as well. But it was one of those games that we should have got something from. And from the VAR decisions, I mean, let's just get straight into it. Phil Foden, how he did not get a penalty for that foul from Fabian Schär is just out of this world. It's just completely ridiculous. Fabian Schär comes completely flying in, nowhere near the ball. The ball has been played, and he comes in with his studs up, flying into the path of Phil Foden's foot, completely cleans him out at full pace. VAR says, not enough contact. Are you mad? Like, are you actually mad? Absolutely ludicrous from the VAR to not give that as a penalty to Manchester City. And then the second decision was actually for an offside. They used Ruben Diaz's shirt, the edge of his shirt, the sleeve of his shirt, to measure Bruno Guimaraes onside for Newcastle United's second goal of the game. I thought we were doing it by shoulders. So I don't know what VAR was playing at today, but VAR had a very big impact on that game today, and I'm sure no one in the Sky Sports, I'm sure nobody from the Premier League will talk about it, but that was a disgrace what we saw from VAR today. And that is not to say that we just lost because of that, because there are obvious other things that we're going to talk about in this video, which is one of which, clinical finishing in the final third. Really, really poor. We had the chances today. We can't say that we did not have the chances to go and at least draw this game against Newcastle today. Phil Foden with that combination with Shirky should have stuck that into the far corner, rolls it wide. Erling Haaland going through on goal. I mean, usually you would back him to score. I don't know what he was doing. I mean, the finish was just bizarre, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not going to berate Erling Haaland too much because he's absolutely outrageous, a special footballer. But that was really poor from Erling Haaland. And we just missed too many chances in that first half. And Newcastle had chances as well today. I'm not going to say that they didn't have chances. Of course they did. They had some really good chances in that first half. Gigi Donnarumma came up with some massive saves 1v1 against Nick Woltemade. Gigi Donnarumma had a fantastic game. I mean, he was so difficult to pass, made some really big stops 1v1. So there's no criticisms that we can have of Donnarumma whatsoever in the game today. But we need to finish our chances. You know, we've got a world-class goalkeeper in goal. He is there to be able to make those saves so we can finish the chances in the final third if we have a bad day, and we can nick results. We didn't nick the result today, and I'm not going to just purely base that, or I'm not going to completely just blame that on VAR, because we needed to be better in that aspect of our game. Missed too many chances specifically in that first half. The second half, I thought we were quite poor. I thought the first half we actually played all right. Defensively, obviously, we were a bit open, but I thought we were creating chances. Jeremy Doku looked bright. Overall, I can say we played well in the first half despite missing the chances. Second half, I thought we were poor. I don't think we created too much. And when we made those substitutions after we went 2-1 down, I just lost hope in the game. Jeremy Doku being brought off, I thought that was a bizarre decision from Pep Guardiola, if I'm being completely honest. Jeremy Doku was the one man who was continuing to take people on. He was the one that was, okay, not everything came off for him today, but he was the bright spark in this Manchester City team. As soon as we took him off and put Savinho on that left-hand side, we did nothing. Savinho, every single time, you can see Tino Livramento's body shape. He was pushing him to go on the inside because he knew Savinho would do absolutely nothing on his right foot but pass the ball backwards. And that's what happened every single time. Savinho would square him up 1v1. Tino Livramento would say, you're not going down the line, buddy. I'm not allowing you to get across it on your left foot, so go on your right foot. Savinho got on the right foot, passed it back. I mean, what is the point? Genuinely, what is the point if you can't play as a professional footballer on 2 feet? Like, just ridiculous, and that completely limited us in the final stretch of the game. Jeremy Doku should have stayed on the pitch. And look, I can't even complain too much for the goal that we conceded. The first goal was a brilliant finish from Harvey Barnes, a nice little combination in the middle of the park. Mateus Nunes did well to try and put Guimaraes off, but the ball just unfortunately fell into the path of Harvey Barnes on the edge of the box. Fantastic finish into the far corner. Not really too much you can do about that goal. It was brilliant from Newcastle. You just got to hold your hands up and say, fair play. Newcastle scored a really good goal. Then we go and fight back, and we get that equaliser within the space of 4 minutes. And absolutely, I mean, I love Ruben Diaz. The mentality that he has, I don't have any criticisms of Ruben Diaz whatsoever. He pulls us back into the game, gets a strike on goal, goes into the back of the net through the legs of Fabian Schär, I believe. And he drags us back into the game. And at this point, you're thinking, come on. The Prime City would come back and win this game. But 2 minutes later, poor defending at the back post. We have too many men without a marker. Nick Voltemada is one of them. He gets up, he rises, he knocks it to the back post. Now, Bruno Guimaraes is offside. Like, he is offside if you're deeming it from the shoulder, which I thought VAR was deeming it from. But they decided to go with the sleeve of the shirt. But regardless of if he's offside or not, poor defending for Manchester City to allow that many players at the back post unmarked. Guimaraes gets on the end of it, hits the bar, and it falls to Harvey Barnes. It's a nice little improvised finish into the roof of the net. Newcastle United are 2-1 up, and then they hold on for the rest of the game. And we did nothing. Like, the substitutions we made had no impact on the game whatsoever, because I just don't understand how you can bring Jeremy Doku off when he is the one that will beat a man. He will be the one that can beat someone and open up the game. Savinho, I just don't know what he adds. Specifically in this game, I don't know what he adds off the left-hand side because he's too predictable. You know he's going to only go on his left foot. Oscar Bob, I thought he did all right, to be fair. I think he was better than Savinho. He tried to make some things happen. But for me personally, I would have preferred to have Shirky on. Shirky and Doku, I would have preferred to have them on, especially when Newcastle sat in that low block at the end of the game. I think it would have been much better for Shirky and Doku because Doku's got the pace and the ability to beat a man. Shirky's got the inventiveness to pick a pass out or create something, put a good cross in the box. I thought when we brought on Oscar Bob and we brought on Savinho, we massively just ruined our chances at winning the game. And I thought Pep Guardiola got that wrong, if I'm being honest. And Omar Marmoush, to bring him on with 5 minutes left, I thought was bizarre as well. Omar Marmoush should be coming on before Savinho and Bob. I just want to put that out there. Omar Marmoush, the one thing that he is a goal threat. From range, inside the box, he can sniff out chances. He's a goal threat. So you've got to at least give him some time to be on the pitch to be able to score a goal. To bring him on with 5 minutes to go and you bring on Savinho and Bob with 15 minutes to go, that doesn't make any sense to me. But regardless of the fact, look, Newcastle, they came with a plan. They did well. I thought that, we played well in the first half. I thought Newcastle were probably the better team in the second half. They created a lot of chances. And overall, I can't complain with the fact that we've lost the game. It's just an incredibly frustrating game of football to watch. I can't lie. And I feel like we should have got something out of this game today. We shouldn't be walking away having lost that game. I think a draw would have been what we deserved from the game if we finished our chances, if not a win. But to be fair, again, I must keep saying and stressing, Newcastle had their chances. Harvey Barnes missed an open goal. But it's just so frustrating. I mean, I'm sure you guys will share my frustrations about this game. It's just, I literally was watching that last 15 minutes, just empty. I didn't have any hope we were getting back into the game, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. I mean, I don't really know what else to say about the game. Really, really frustrating stuff. I thought VAR was absolutely disgraceful today in terms of the decisions that May made. But yeah, Savinho needs to either play off the right-hand side, maybe. I was really disappointed with that Savinho performance coming off of the left. I thought he added nothing to us. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. And hopefully Arsenal don't go and make it a 7-point gap on Sunday, because, I mean, genuinely, I struggle to see us putting together a title run. 4 losses already. I mean, we're going to need something from Tottenham tomorrow. But yeah, really frustrating game of football. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But yeah, I mean, just those decisions missed chances. I think I preferred international football, lads.